To our continuing coverage of the horror from this past weekend and the president's visit to Buffalo earlier today. Show you another live look at the vigil that is happening right now outside the Tops on Jefferson Avenue. We do not have that shot, but we can let you know that that is happening, something we'll continue to monitor as folks in the community there are coming together once again. We've seen that a lot lately. Right now, we welcome to the show Rene Petties-Jones, who is president of the National Federation for Just Communities of Western New York. I feel like every time we just need some words of wisdom or some perspective, we turn to you, and you're always so kind to come in and help us out. I want to start the conversation here with part of what President Biden said today about grief and loss and healing. Let's play that for our viewers, and then I'll ask you about it.
And to the families, we've come to grieve with you. It's not the same, but we know a little bit what it's like to lose a piece of your soul. When you lose a son, a daughter, a husband, a wife, a mother, a father. The feeling of having that, as I said to some of you when we talked privately, you feel like there's a black hole in your chest you're being sucked into, and you're suffocating, unable to breathe. That's what it felt like, at least to us, and I'm sure some version of that feels that way to you.
So Rene, to you, how important was it for the president to come here? You never want to have a visit like this, right? But as we heal, to know that the country is behind us, what did you make of the visit?
You know, I thought it was very important that he took the right tone. It wasn't time to politicize what we know we need to do in terms of the work. We've got time for that. And we need to go through those grief processes. We're all feeling this at different points, at different stages. We need that time first. And I think he provided that perspective.
There are, kind of on the flip side of that, there are people out there who want action, not rhetoric, yes. Right? And you talk about the right time for that conversation. How do you think that needs to play out moving forward? Because, you know, we always hear thoughts and prayers, right? People always say the right words, and then sometimes, you know, you feel like nothing changes.
Absolutely. And, you know, that is part of the process. People feel that these words are hollow, that they don't have meaning behind them yet. But what they've got to understand is that we're all in very different stages along the country and along our community. So what we're hoping for is that people will give time for pausing, for a moment of reflection, and then we'll start to roll up our sleeves and get the work done.
When you talk about the healing process and the resources that are available to people, how are you, what advice are you giving to the community in terms of how to move forward with that part of this, the grief part of it? Yeah,
you know, in terms of the grief, talk. You speak to people that you trust. That's what we really are finding, that when we talk this through, we find that there's so many emotions that are underneath these words that we're feeling and these feelings that we have. It's okay to cry. It's okay to be mad. It's okay to just want to scream. And everywhere that we are at this point in this process, we just need to come together and have those conversations. We need to talk this through, because that's the part of the healing. We've got to build that trust. We have to build our community.
So much of what you do in the community is with young people.
Yes.
I think we mentioned this yesterday, how we as adults are processing something like this. Imagine being a child, right? Imagine being the children who were in that store, or the people who live in that community, the children there. What is your message to parents? I imagine not a lot of kids are watching the news right now, but as parents try to navigate all this.
You know, there's grandparents, just like I am. I mean, we do have to navigate this together. And what we have to do is talk with our children. We can't hide or shield them from what they already are seeing through various means, TV, social media, just banter between family members. Make sure that you talk honestly with them. Open up the resources that are out there. Plenty of tips and trips. We have plenty of tips that we can talk about how to help people along the way. Make sure that you seek those sources out. We've got a lot on our webpage that we can also offer as well.
It's going to be a long process for so many people. It is.
It's going to take time.
Yeah, no doubt. We really appreciate you coming in and helping us understand this. We'd love to have you back, because this is it's so important. Rene Petties-Jones is president of the NFJC of Western New York. Always great to see you.
Good to see you.
All right.